Hi, it's Lori again. Here in the garden, I am getting ready to pot my lupine or lupin. I think you can say it both ways. This is my first time working with this flower. I would say after doing my research, I just bought it because it was so pretty and I loved it when I was at the local nursery here in town. It had this beautiful pink and white spike, which I just happened to snip because it started throwing out pods, and if you want the flower to continue to bloom, it's encouraged to snip the flower spike. Otherwise, it'll start devoting its energy to the seed pods, is what I have been learning. So I've been trying to figure out where to plant this in my garden, and it's been kind of a tough decision to decide because it needs full sun is what I understand, though I do understand they do like some shade. I'm gonna go ahead and plant this in my backyard, and we're gonna give it a go. I'm nervous, just like a lot of plants. Apparently this one really likes really great, well draining soil. It has a tap root that it sends down. Many people grow lupine from seed, and maybe that's something I can look towards doing in the future. This one, again, I bought at a nursery. It's, this size. Let's see, what else can I say about it. It also recommended in research that sand should be added to the soil. Hence my crazy little experiment. If you've been watching my little garden series that I just pretty much started this season, for me adding that play sand because that's what I had on hand. And I can even show those flowers here in a few minutes just so we can see where we are at the moment with the whole sand mixture. The flowers are hanging in there. We can talk about that in a bit here. So anyhow, that is kind of what lupine prefer. They want very well draining, almost a sandy type soil condition is what I have researched. On YouTube and garden websites and nursery websites is what I have been able to learn so far. And I really do want my plant to survive, and it is a perennial. So yeah, here's my soil. I've already started digging a hole, and you can see that my soil, the soil right here, there was actually a tree here once upon a time. So my soil is clay, but it does seem like it is a little more drainable compared to some other parts of my garden. So I'm gonna dig a rather big hole. I'm going to return this soil back in, but I am probably gonna add some of my potting soil, and I am gonna go ahead and do a vermiculite perlite mixture just to improve the drainage. I did add some of this actually yesterday. Long story short, I dug this whole area up. The grass had overtaken it over the past 2 years, and I wanted to plant these hollyhocks. That's what these are. I was given these by my neighbor, and one of her friends had pulled some of her hollyhocks and was thinning them out, and had asked if I wanted some. And so yeah, you know, I love hollyhocks. I have a story about those. But I was given these, and so I actually have them planted here. I waited a whole week to actually put them in the ground just because I was so short on time to dig this whole thing up. But I think they're gonna make it. They do look like they kind of need a little bit of TLC because the leaves were a lot bigger, but I'm just hoping they're gonna make it. Again, I did add some perlite. It kind of like clumped over there in the corner, but I did some research, and hollyhocks and lupine can plant together. I'm hoping they won't fight over spots. Hollyhock is known to get rust. I did plant them kind of close together, so I'm just hoping for the best. So here we are about to plant this lupine, and yeah, we'll just kind of do it step by step. So again, gonna go ahead and dig this up. I'm gonna make a pretty decent size hole. Of course, this plant is not a huge plant. There are bigger ones, but again, you know, what I've seen is a lot of people tend to grow these from seed. So that's where I am right now. Here's the lupine label that came with it. I am in zone 4A for gardening. It's June now, so we are into the late summer. We're pretty much late spring. We are in the late spring and coming into summer here, so I really need to be getting all these plants in the dirt. So I'm just adding a little bit of a potting soil, and I'm going to add some of this perlite and vermiculite. And you know, I'm not professional or anything like that. I know there's like recommended ratios. I kind of just everything like in moderation, like, you know, try not to go too overboard. Like, that's not like too terribly much vermiculite, but it is going to help with drainage, and vermiculite, to my understanding, helps with root growth as well. And I wouldn't mind investing in some more of this stuff. And the perlite, this is my second, well actually this season, this is the third bag that I've bought. And again, you know, in all these videos, I'm not sponsored by anyone. There's no particular company that I am affiliated with. This is all stuff that I bought myself. This one I got at our store here in town, Menards. It's kind of like a Midwest store, if I haven't mentioned it before. And this also is really good with drainage and then water retention. I've been using this quite a bit this season. So I'm going to add some of this. I only have one hand and it's a closed bag, so let me just open it and then we'll start filming again. I'm going to just add a little bit of this. It kind of has a bit of dust. I think that should be good. And then I'm going to just go ahead and mix it all up. I put my gloves back on. And again, I'm doing this one-handed, but just to kind of show the effect of the mixing. There's some random stuff in here too, like I have like grass that kind of made its way in, and I think when I dug up the soil, there's still bits of the remaining roots from the tree that used to be here 2 years ago. So there's still pieces of that in here, but you know, it might be good to have it mixed in along with the soil as organic matter, so to speak. So I'm going to give this a really good mixing. And then I'm probably just going to have to backfill. Here's the hole. I feel like it's rather large, but I'm all about having as much space as possible for this plant to make it. I really want it to make it. You know, I bought it from a nursery. They're not the most cheap plants. You know, I think every year I've been gardening for 4 years now. This is my 4th garden year. So I have done 3 complete garden seasons. And every year I feel like I try to expand on something new. This year it's clematis and bleeding hearts and this lupine I'm planting. Those are the ones I can think of offhand. And I learn something new every year. Sometimes I have utter fails. Other times it makes it through, and it's so rewarding. So this one I really want it to make it. And yeah, so I am going to go ahead and just finish mixing this, and then I'll start putting the dirt in here, and then we'll go ahead and put that in, and we'll get it planted. Our journey with the lupine. So I've already started to fill, and I know this is not like sandy conditions, but if that taproot has more of a chance to establish itself once I plant this, I'm all for it. Because this, I mean, I'm hoping, I mean, there is, you know, some clay in the soil, but I'm really hoping that it's good enough for drainage, you know. I'm praying for that. So that's kind of, let's kind of just see maybe a little bit more. I understand that lupines want to be planted right at level. They don't want to be underneath, is apparently what I have been reading in all of my planning for this plant research and what have you. A lot of great videos. I'm really like seeing all these amazing gardeners on YouTube. It's really just wonderful to have all these different gardeners out there. So that looks about good. I think we'll go with that. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out. I am going to do a little bit of liquid fertilizer there. That's something that my neighbor recommended, and I've been doing that for a couple of years now, ever since I started my garden journey, so to speak, and it's worked well for me. Again, you know, I'm not an expert expert. I don't claim to be. I'm not a professional. This is just something I do, and it's been really wonderful doing all these things for the past few years. And hey, if it helps somebody to do what I do and it helps them in their garden, hey, that makes me feel good. All right, so let me go ahead and take the lupine out of the pot, and we're gonna put it in the dirt. Exciting. So just backfilling. I understand with most plants, no air pockets, right? I haven't really explored or researched how that is detrimental to the plant, but no air pockets is kind of what I'm hearing in a lot of these garden videos and things like that. So I'm just finishing up here. I'm doing this. I'm the cameraman and the planter, so pardon the movement. Hope you don't mind there. When I first started this channel, for those who might have seen my very first video, I started it as journals, which is something I love to do. But I mean, I have so many varied interests, and I think this channel is just going to be like a total conglomeration of many things. And lately, they've been all about gardening. So, but I mean, they can go hand in hand, because journaling, gardening, journaling all the things I do when I'm out in the gardening, and progresses and fails, and what things look like on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis. You know, it's really exciting. So they do kind of go hand in hand. And I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent, but if you're here and you like to garden, I hope you enjoy this. But if you aren't much of a gardener, but you know, like to learn new things, here's the content that's creating my journaling prompts. So hey, at any rate, you know, thanks for stopping by to join. So I'm just gonna finish putting this dirt out, and yeah, we've got our lupine planted, and we will see how it goes. God willing, this plant is gonna do amazing. All right, see you next time.